All right, welcome back. Let's do some more divisions. So F here, we have 3 over 16 multiplied by the reciprocal, so 8 over 6. I'm going to cross simplify by dividing the top and bottom by 8. And then I can divide here by 3 and here by 3. So then I've got 1 times 1 gives me 1. Over 2 times 2 gives me 4. So my answer here is 1/4. Okay, and by the way, if you wanted to check these on a calculator, how would you do that? Well, you can type those in, so you can go 3 divided by 16 divided by, now I'm not sure if your calculator's smart enough, so I'd put some brackets in here. So I'd go like 3 divided by 16 divided by bracket 6 divided by 8, so your calculator knows what to do first. And you should find that you'll get an answer of 0.25 or 1/4. Okay, let's move on. So now we've got 4 over 9 multiplied by 14 over 8. So I can divide out a 4 on the top and bottom. And I can still divide out another 2 here. So 14 divided by 2 gives me 7. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. And so now I've got 1 times 7 gives me 7. Over 9 times 1 gives me 9. So I get an answer there of 7 over 9. All right, next one, 5 over 6 multiplied by 2 over 1. I can divide out a 2 here. And then I'll have 5 times 1 is 5 over 3 times 1 is 3. So 5/3. If you want, you can always convert this to a mixed number. Remember, you can do kind of the long division. 5 divided by 3 will go once, and you get a remainder of 2. So that means your mixed number is 1, that number up here, and then 2 over your divisor of 3. So either way, you can write whichever way you prefer, unless it's stated that it wants a mixed number or something. Okay, so next one, now we've got a mixed number. We need to convert both of those mixed numbers to improper fractions. So we'll do the boomerang. So we've got 7 times 3 gives us 21, plus another 1 gives us 22 over 7. And then let's just leave it as divided by till we deal with these mixed numbers. So then we've got 14 times 2 gives us 28, plus 3 gives us 33. 33 over 14. Now let's convert that to multiplication. So 22 over 7 multiplied by 14 over 33. Okay, and now I can see I've got some numbers there. 22 and 33 are both divisible by 11. So let's divide both of those by 11. And then I've got 14 and 7, which are both divisible by 7. So let's divide both of those by 7. And then I end up with 2 times 2 is 4 over 1 times 3 is 3. Or I could write that as 1 1/3. All right, next one. Again, we've got a mixed number there, so let's convert that. So 2 times 1 gives us 2, plus another 1 gives us 3. So 3 over 2, and we're dividing by 1 over 6. Okay, now let's change that into a multiplication. So 6 over 1. And I've got a 2 in common here. I'm going to divide out a 2. And that's it. So then I've got 9 over 1, which is 9. Next one, 5 times 3 gives me 15, plus another 1 gives me 16 over 5. And we're dividing that by 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 gives me 12, so 12 over 5. Okay, let's flip and multiply. So 16 over 5 multiplied by the reciprocal of 12 over 5, which is 5 over 12. And now let's do some cross simplification. So I've got two numbers divisible by 5 there. Both of those 5s can be divided by 5 to be changed into ones. And then 16 and 12 are both multiples of 4. In other words, they can be divided by 4. So 16 divided by 4 gives me 4. 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. And so here I get 4 times 1 is 4 over 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, and again, if you wanted it to be a mixed number, you could, and you would get 1 and 1/3. Okay, last one here. So we've got 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2 gives us 32 over 5. And then we're dividing by 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. So 16 over 3. So now let's flip and multiply. So remember, you just flipped that second fraction. So 3 over 16. All right. Now, I can see I could actually divide a 16 out here because 32 and 16 are both divisible by 16. But just because I've been kind of partial to doing cross simplification, let's actually do this one without cross simplification in case you prefer method 1. So we've got 32 times 3, so I'm going to do that on my calculator. That gives me 96 over 5 times 16 gives me 80. So let's see what the common factor of those two numbers is. So I'm going to do the division method. So I've got 96. Okay, and so I can divide that by 2. That'll give me 48, which I could divide by 2 to get 24. I could divide by another 2 to get 12. I could divide by another 2 to get 6. And another 2 to get 3. Oh, finally, we're there. We've got prime. That's a big one. Okay, let's do 80. Hopefully I have room here. Okay, 80 also divisible by 2 to get 40, which we could divide by 2 to get 20, which we could divide by 2 to get 10, which we can divide by 2 to get 5, and 5 is prime. So let's circle the numbers we have in common there. So we have 1, 2. There's another pair of 2s, and another, and another. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 16. So our GCF here is 16. So that means to get my fraction in lowest terms, I have to divide the top and bottom by 16. And so I get 96 divided by 16, which is what? 6 over, and 80 divided by 16 gives me 5. Or I could write that as 1 and 1/5 if I wanted to.